Hey, good evening. Something on my mind I want to express right quick, so I'm gonna just get right down to the point. It's been a very long day. I've been talking a lot. I've been very loquacious today. I had my HOC meeting, the Higher Order Champions. That's my boys group. So, mentor for them, make sure that they keep that cranium right. Okay. So, enough with my kids. It's time for you, my peers, my colleagues, my fellow educators. Um, I just want you to think about something. Think about if you had 24 hours to live, right? If you knew that you had 24 hours to live before your time expired, what would you do? What kind of advice would you give people? What kind of gems would you sprinkle on to people? What kind of blessings would you give people? Um, what kind of random kind acts would you do? And I'm pretty sure one thing that would happen with everybody, nothing would really matter, right? You would not hide yourself. You would not shield yourself. You would not suppress who you are, your being, your essence, right? You wouldn't do any of that because you would know that time is ticking. I may have 18 hours left, right? So I'm going to just go all out, right? Okay. Now, I don't want you to think about that every single day because you would drive yourself insane. You would drive yourself insane. You don't want to think about death every day because you could actually manifest death by thinking about it and speaking on it every single day. But I want you just to think about if you had 24 hours to live, what kind of impact, one last hurrah, what would you do? What would you do? Now, as you thought about that and you're thinking about it, why would you not put forth that energy, that same energy into your kids, into your students? All this advice that you would give everybody, all of this knowledge that you would drop on to people to help them along the way, to help them within their journey. Why not do that for your students? Why not? You see, it's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. It's no recipe. You have to be willing to put yourself out there to show that you are more than just a teacher. You are a human being. You have thoughts. You've been through trials and tribulations. You've overcame things. Our students need to see that. They need to feel that. I've had moments where I may have been tired because I've been doing a lot of work the night before, right? Falling asleep in front of the laptop, going to bed at midnight, getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go at it again. And I would let my kids know, hey, Mr. Champ is on a struggle bus right now. I need to drink some more water. I may have a headache. I didn't drink enough water. But I would let them know at that moment, I was like, but watch me. Watch how I overcome this. Watch how I power through this. And I guarantee you, give me about an hour and I'll be okay. Right? So you need to ask yourself, why do I not do that? Because if you're not being real, if you're not being honest, if you're not being transparent with your kids, I'm not talking about going there and be an emotional wreck. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about going and talk your business and reveal things that you may not want to reveal. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about simple stuff that happens at that moment. Because some things that I do, I have people question, like, how would you handle it? Sometimes I cannot give them a definitive answer because I feel things out at the moment. I live in the moment. And as I'm saying how I live in the moment and my reaction and my actions, which is Newton's law, every action has a reaction, right? That's all natural. It's nothing that is pre-planned out. I don't go in a mirror and practice in a mirror and have this scripted conversation or the scripted approach about myself. It's true, it's pure, it's raw, it's authentic. You gotta be like that with your students, okay? You have to be like that. You have to be in touch with reality. I hope you understand that. You have to be in touch with reality. You have to be in tune with yourself. Otherwise, you're going to have tough times. Otherwise, you're going to have those hard days. Everybody has the hard days, but you're going to have more of a harder time than your peers, than your colleagues that may right be next door to you, that might be right next door to you, excuse me. Okay? So one way to stay in touch with reality, my fellow educators, if it is a Tuesday, I don't want to hear you talking about Saturday. I can't wait until Saturday. I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant. I'm going to have my favorite drink. I'm going to just let my hair down. I don't care about that. Why? Because it's Tuesday. If you are in Tuesday and your mindset and your energy is thinking and being directed towards what's going on Saturday, you're not living in the moment of Tuesday. You're not fully present on the day of Tuesday. Your mind is not going to be fully engaged on Tuesday because you're too busy thinking about Saturday. Now, I'm a major planner. I plan. I'm strategic with a lot of stuff. I have my sporadic moments in between, but don't worry about the weekend when it's only Tuesday. Don't worry about the weekend when it's Wednesday. Don't worry about the weekend when it's Thursday. Worry about the weekend when it's actually the weekend because you're missing out on what's going on Tuesday. You're missing out on Sarah, who I want to say, Sarah Glasspot. You know, I'm not going to throw out a real name. You don't do that. That's not cool. Sarah Glasspot. You're missing out on what may be going on with her. She may have an issue that you totally overlook because your mind is not focused on Tuesday. Your mind is not focused on a primary objective. Your mind is more so focused on what you want to do for personal gain on the weekend. And that's no problem, but you have to be in tune with what you're doing at work because if you're not going to be successful. You're going to have those hard days. You're going to go home. You're going to feel defeated. And you're just going to just dig yourself a deep hole that's going to be hard for you to climb up and get out of. So that's what I mean by if you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? How would you be? And if you think about that, you are going to go above and beyond because it's like you're not going to care. You're not going to be worrying about tomorrow because you know tomorrow will not be there because you have less than 24 hours before your time expires, right? So don't think about it every day, but kind of let that sink into your mind, right? That same drive, all that stuff that I just talked about, if you knew that you had 24 hours before you departed, put that same energy into these kids. Put that same energy into your profession. Put that same energy into you. Because when you do that, that's how they feel it. And then they feel you. That's it. Because I can go on and on. But I'm hungry. So, my fellow educators, I just wanted to drop that gem. I'm here for you. Okay? I'm here for you. And this is my way of leading by example. I've been a teacher. I didn't have to wait until I got certified and have that piece of paper and have all these accolades. I've been a teacher. I've been a teacher of life. I've been teaching within my community. I've been teaching within my family. So you don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You don't have nothing to prove to anybody. Prove it to yourself. Live. Make those connections. These kids, they need that connection. If they don't feel that connection, you're obsolete. You can just hang it up, go somewhere else. All right? Get in tune with yourself. That's it. I'm out.